Hey guys, I just got off the phone with another guy, and I want to point this out because it's another moving part that's huge, and a lot of people don't stop and think about it. But it's this: the size of the thing you're trying to sell matters, right? The size of the market. A lot of people go, just how big in the market should I go? It's like, well, you remember when Kindle books was a thing and everybody was stampeding in there? Well, if you say, oh wow, they're all doing it, so I should probably do it too. Stop and remember what it means. I mean, the competition's going to be insane on Google, so you have to build really, really big, right? So that is one of the moving parts in the equation of what you choose, right? And why? Because you might say, well, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole unless what? Unless you can focus on a few Kindle books that have niche markets, right? Something like that. And you go right for the throat on that. I'll give you another version. Real estate agents, right? If you create sites for realtors, right, that usually beats the fact that they all just have some page on their company website, Century 21. And if you're going to Century 21 and you're in Atlanta, then they can show you a whole boxed list of all the realtors in Atlanta. Who are you going to choose? Well, the cutest smiling face, maybe. So the reality check is, how do you make yourself competitive as a realtor? You have your own site or your own way of getting people in. Now, those guys, think about it. Like I'm in Seattle, and houses here are at least 800K most of the time. So anything from 800K to 1.2, what's a realtor get on a sale? Like 5%. So an $800,000 house sells is 40 grand. So if a realtor can get one guy, that's 40 grand, right? So if you're helping a realtor, then if you can help them get like one more sale a month, that's a lot of money, man. That's an extra $500,000 a year, to the realtor, right? So if you can get them like 3 or 4 leads a month and one converts, something like that. So my point there isn't direct about MLM, but it's this high ticket items, right? So a guy who sees the possibility from just a few sales is willing to spend a lot on a big website, a lot of marketing, right? But realize that when you go into very big industries, you're up against guys who spend a lot of money. Big companies in real estate spend $500,000 a month on advertising. They got guys pounding out content all day long, every day. Now we can do a lot of things for low budgets at this high level, right? So we comparatively can compete at a really high level for a low dollar amount. But the reality check is when you step into any program, consider how much competition there is. So the best way to tell how hard it's going to be to break into it is when you go to the front page of Google and you look up keywords you want, and you do something like use the Mozbar or the SEO Quake toolbar to check the invisible stuff about the websites there, like their domain authority, page authority, number of pages on their site. You can't tell by looking at the front page of the site. Do they have 5,000 pages on their site or 5 pages on their site? You can't tell until you explore it, right? Well, you can ask Google, you can say site:/domain.com, and Google will tell you how many pages are on that site right away, right? And you can look up their domain authority, page authority. If they have really low authority, it's going to be easy to pop a hole in there to overcome some of those guys and shove them down, right? And if you can do it once, you can do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So you can take care of yourself for multiple listings to get multiple front page listings that all point at you, or you can benefit your downline by offering that kind of power to them, okay? So think about the size and scope. How niche is what you're offering? And if it's niche, great. If it's not, is it high ticket? If not, can you easily get a lot of volume off of it? Well, that depends on how much competition, how sturdy those guys are who are on the front page already. If they've been there 5 years and they got 5,000 pages, really, really high authority, you're not just going to dislodge them right away, okay? Just because you're the new kid on the block with a chip on your shoulder, right? So just be aware. Now, if you're in an affiliate program, again, is it just make money online terms that people are searching for, or is the brand name desirable? Okay. So in a case like that, say the brand name's desirable. So do a search for the brand name. Do you see a bunch of sites appear for the brand name that are different sites? Surely you will. And if that's true, check their authority. You know what you're going to find? Maybe they're lousy, many of them. Like there's the main company, but then there are a few affiliates who happen to get some stuff up for their brand name. But the affiliates aren't, their own sites, but they're not very web savvy. So why is Google showing them there? Because they're the best fits that Google could find aside from the main program. Google's trying to show 10 different websites on the front page no matter what. So if those guys are not doing very well, you can take all their spots. you can knock them off that ladder and climb up instead, right? And if you can do it for yourself, you can also do it for your downline if you're so disposed, right? And you can do it with multiple programs. All right, I think I made that point clear, so I'm going to break off that.